Hey guys, this is video 2 for today of a new, I don't know if this is a hotly anticipated fragrance, and this is my first real experience with Miss Dior EDP. It's been around, it's got countless flankers, and this is a new interpretation for 2021, Miss Dior and EDP, and I've got all the info for you with my first impressions. As I said, I don't really like to do first impressions or reviews from samples, but I'm doing it here because these are kind of Dior hotly anticipated fragrances. So if you want to find out about my first impressions for Miss Dior EDP 2021 version, new interpretation of it, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, today I'm speaking about 2 Dior fragrances. If you haven't caught my Sauvage Elixir First Impressions video that I aired just before this, please go catch it. That is if you like men's fragrances. Obviously, one's a men's release and one's a women's release. This one's all about Miss Dior EDP, a 2021 launch. Launching in September is what I was told. This is a new interpretation of Miss Dior and EDP, and I'm going to let you know all about it. But before I do, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And I do know about Miss Dior, the series. I've sampled them in passing, never really dug deep into the fragrances myself, so I don't know about them too much. I do know that they focus on roses, at least that's what I remember a few I've sampled. They come in these kind of cute feminine bottles with kind of a pinkish reddish juice in them, so it's a very feminine fragrance. And I'm going to tell you what this one's all about. So we're going to spray it. I haven't smelled it, obviously. I'm going to spray it on this hand because this hand was recently sprayed with the Sauvage Elixir. So we'll find out with this one here. I don't have notes for this particular fragrance because there's no announcement for this one yet anywhere. I didn't see it. And I'm just going to make up notes. It's definitely feminine right off the bat. It's soft. It's rosy and powdery, but you know what? When I first sprayed it, I got something fruity. So I think this is like a fruity floral, but let's smell it. I don't know why I'm getting chocolates. Is that a thing? I'm getting chocolates, like chocolates and roses and like chocolate strawberries together. Weird, like a cacao. Kind of reminding me of like a chocolatey version of Delina from Parfums de Marly. Less fruity, but there is some fruits. But that's my first interpretation. It is drying down to a little more rosiness, and the chocolate powderiness is kind of disappearing. That's what I'm getting with this one right off the bat. But this is not my kind of fragrance. I don't mind wearing feminine fragrances, but I guess I need to explore this collection a little more to see a little bit more about it. For some reason, I decided not to even dig into this collection, but I kind of like it. But here's what's going on with this one. They told me this is a new interpretation of Miss Dior EDP. I don't know the original version, so I have nothing to compare it to. I liked what I smelled upon initial spray. Something about it is kind of drying down to smell a little metallic and kind of boring, wet, aquatic version of it. So there is something dewy in there, like a dewiness with the roses, and it kind of reminds me of a little bit of La Colle Noire, the rose fragrance. That's a rose fragrance. It kind of reminds me a little bit of it, the rose at least from there. So there is that about it, but I like the part that it's like kind of like, you know, glossed over with some chocolate. I like that part about it. It's almost like dusted over, you know, like rose or some dessert dusted or sprinkled with chocolates. That's kind of like the experience I'm getting with it. Upon initial spray, and it kind of disappeared, and it kind of came back a little bit, while it's smelling a little kind of boring. That's my first thoughts on this particular fragrance. I'm not really a big fan of this one. I don't know. Not a big fan of Sauvage Elixir either. Kind of enjoyed what Sauvage Elixir was doing more than what Miss Dior EDP 2021 version's doing. But it smells I don't know if I want to use the word synthetic, but it doesn't seem full, like it doesn't have the best ingredients kind of a thing almost. So that's what I'm thinking right now, is what I'm getting with this one. I guess what I should say is that it's not drying down to be a great fragrance for me. And again, I'm not too experienced with this collection. I haven't tested out any of the previous versions of this collection. Do let me know if you're a fan of this collection and if you're excited about this new version of the EDP that's on its way. I'd like to find out. But for me, exciting up top with that chocolate rose kind of fruit thing, but kind of going boring, smelling kind of boring for me, unfortunately. So that's just my thoughts, but you might enjoy this particular fragrance. I mean, you might enjoy either of the two fragrances. I like Dior as a brand. I'm not the biggest fan of their, signature line of fragrances. I do enjoy the formerly known as Maison Christian Dior collection of fragrance, now called or renamed La Collection Privée is what I should say. I do enjoy the fragrances in that collection. I love Tabaccolor. I'm looking forward to the new Vanilla Diorama or Diorama. I'm very, very excited about that one. But this is a little boring for me. But I think it has a market. People might enjoy this kind of, women might enjoy this kind of fragrance. It's definitely pretty. I can pick up the prettiness. The Delina connection is definitely gone now. Definitely not there anymore. There was that initial blast that had the fruits. Like as soon as I smelled it, it was fruits with roses, and then the chocolate appeared, but the fruits disappeared, and they're completely gone now. And that's why I'm kind of thinking it's a little bit of a boring release. Not my cup of tea, but as I said, it might have its fans. So let me know if you're a fan of this collection from Dior. Let me know if you're a fan of any Dior fragrances. Let me know if you've tried La Colle Noire, because as this is kind of reminding me of the rose in La Colle Noire. But La Colle Noire is a much solid release than Miss Dior EDP. At least to me it is. I really like La Colle Noire. I actually find it similar to Louis Vuitton's Rose de Vence. They have similarities while smelling a little different. Similar ideas. They're kind of a dewy, watery rose fragrances. This does kind of remind me of La Colle Noire, as I said, but that chocolate thing is kind of throwing me off a little bit. And it also doesn't smell as expensive as La Colle Noire does. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this one. This is much shorter of a video because I don't know this collection as much. I will explore it. I'd like to find out what else they have in this collection. But if you have a favorite in the Miss Dior collection of fragrances, do let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to watch video 2 of 2 videos today. First video is for Sauvage Elixir, launching next month. If you haven't caught that video and you're excited about that fragrance, go catch that video. And then today, in this video, it's Miss Dior EDP, a 2021 interpretation of that fragrance. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Oh, and I should say, do stick around for full reviews, at least of Sauvage Elixir. I'm not sure if I'll do a full review of Miss Dior EDP. We shall see. Maybe. Anything is possible. So, anyway, thanks so much. Have a good one. Goodbye.